ABC Action News, taking action for you.
Thanks for sticking around after the game. You're watching ABC Action News. I'm Jasmine Stiles. We start with our continuing coverage of a deadly shooting in Lakeland. 4 people died, including a 3-month-old baby boy. A 5th victim, an 11-year-old girl, is in the hospital recovering from several gunshot wounds. Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd identified the suspect as 33-year-old Brian Riley. Now, normally we have a policy of not showing mugshots, but in this case, after conversations among the team, we've decided to show his mugshot because who he is integral to so much of how we ended up here. Investigators say the events leading up to the gunfire unfolded last night and came to a head early this morning. So let's give you a better understanding of where this happened. It happened on North Socrum Loop Road near Fulton Green Road. This is in unincorporated Lakeland. We wanted to make sure we looked at the story from all angles. Our team coverage begins with ABC Action News reporter McKenna King. She breaks down the timeline of events for us. At this time, the sheriff believes there's no connection between the suspect and his victims, prompting even more questions about who Brian Riley is. I-Team investigator Kylie McGivern went to his neighborhood in Brandon, miles away from this crime scene. She has an exclusive look at how the investigation is moving forward. The suspect will face a judge tomorrow morning at 9. We're sending a crew, and you can catch the updates on Good Morning Tampa Bay at that time. So we want to go back to a point that was made in Kylie's package and a point that Sheriff Judd kept bringing up at today's press conference. The suspect struggled with mental health. Sheriff Judd says the man's girlfriend told investigators she knew he had PTSD and wasn't acting like himself in the past week. Sheriff Judd went back and forth between being disgusted by the act of violence, but also being really careful to mention how hard it is for individuals, especially veterans, to get help when having mental health issues. Last year, we spoke to a psychologist with the James A. Haley VA Medical Center. Dr. Ronald Gironda told us veterans may exhibit slightly different warning signs that their mental health is deteriorating. You may notice a change in their sleeping patterns, physical activity, how much more they drink or do drugs. 2 big red flags include changes in how they function or a change in mood. He also notes how that person could become engrossed in the subject of death. We know this story has a lot of moving pieces, so we want to recap what we know. Sheriff Judd says a gunman killed 4 people, including a 3-month-old boy. Investigators say the suspect served in the Marines with tours of duty in Iraq and Afghanistan. He was honorably discharged. Sheriff Judd says the suspect's girlfriend told investigators he suffered from PTSD and wasn't acting like himself in the last week. Investigators say at this point there's no connection between the suspect and victims, and it might take a while to get some more answers. Sheriff Judd says it could possibly take days to process the crime scene. We're going to stay on top of this story, and you can too. The best way to do that is by downloading the free ABC Action News mobile app.